5 years ago, Julie and Andrew Puckett were working in the theater industry in Chicago when they realized that working in the theater industry just wasn't providing them with the salaries they needed to live in Chicago.
The cost of living was so high that Andrew and I both had to work about 60 hours a week to sort of pay the bills.
Even though Julie and Andrew both took on multiple side jobs, they still weren't feeling any relief.
So it was like, we're so young and we're wasting all the best years of our life cooped up in an office. So we decided to look into alternative living situations where we wouldn't be beholden to a landlord or neck deep in rent or a mortgage or anything like that. We found this bus. It was not really our cup of tea, like aesthetic-wise, but it was $9,000. And so we were like, we could definitely afford that. We got all of our savings, which was it was $10,000. That's all we had, literally all we had in the whole world. The bus is 30 feet long. It is 7 feet wide, so it's around like 200 square feet-ish. We got rid of all of our furniture, literally every piece of furniture, not that we kept anything. It just wasn't practical.
The couple spent 4 months renovating and building custom furniture for their new home.
So electricity and water, we both have external hookups, like an RV-style hookup. We have a sink, we have a shower. It's pretty typical. I think people are usually really surprised, like, you have a shower in your bus? I'm like, yes, I live in it.
While wages in the U.S. have largely remained stagnant, the cost of basic necessities such as food, gas, and housing have been increasing, leading more and more young people to seek out creative, affordable living solutions. Just search van life or tiny home on Instagram, and you'll find growing communities in search of a simpler way of life.
The transition was really hard at first. For like the first 6 months, adjusting to being in this tight of a residence with another person, you're just like, you're just in my space all the time. And I'm very like controlling about like, this has to be done this way and this has to be done this way. And you wipe off the counter when you're done, but like you can't be like that here because you'll just go crazy. So you just have to kind of be a lot more accommodating to each other and understanding.
Julie and Andrew settled into a campground space at Stone Mountain Park in Georgia. Because Andrew also works at the state park, they get a reduced rate to rent a campsite.
We live right next to the lake and the mountains are right there, all this hiking, outdoor nature trails. It sort of fulfills this amazing thing in us where we're like, this is what we needed. We don't have to work as much because we don't have to pay so much money towards rent and all of these other things, which is amazing. So we've gotten to really focus on, our personal goals, our career goals, our relationship as a married couple. It's been really great. And I think that is what I would definitely offer to people whenever they're like, why would you guys want to do that? It's like, there's so much more to life than just paying for stuff. And if you can take some of that time that you would put towards working and put it towards stuff that really needs your attention, like so many good things will come from that.
From living in a bus to living on a tiny boat, watch this next episode about Louis Bird as he rode from California to Hawaii to reconnect with the memory of his father.